Alright guys, welcome to week 6. So this week is test week, and at the very end of all these videos, I'm going to make one just devoted to what is going to be covered on the test, and I'll write that in a submission box as well. But you definitely want to be able to look not only at that, but at this video and make sure that you have everything correct for the test. Okay? You guys are moving pretty quickly, so on the test there's going to be something that's in an upcoming unit, just to kind of gauge how you guys do with that. I think that is everything about that until that video. So now turn in your books to page 84 and 85. We're going to review a little bit over minor 5-finger patterns. So the first thing that we're going to do is blast through 3-22 and 3-23 on page 85. So let me turn that. So if you can see, it says playing major and parallel minor chords. So basically what you're going to do is just play the major chord, lower the third by half step to make it minor, and do it back and forth. Make sure you've checked to see left hand and right hand. Okay? LH is left hand, RH is right hand. Okay? Alrighty. So let's go ahead and start with C major, C minor, major, major. Now right hand comes in for G major, minor, major, and then keep going. And then left hand going. Over. And then good. Okay, so 3-23 is the same thing. It just looks a little bit more difficult to read. If you can figure out, your first chord is C flat, which is the same thing as B major, and then you just lower that third again, okay? So C flat major, minor, major, major. In the right hand, G flat major, G flat minor, major again. Keep going. One. Good. Okay, if you want to go back through that, you can absolutely on your own, but let's turn to the next page. There's a little bit of information on eighth note triplets. If you struggle with that, that's a page that can help you. You can just tap it out on a surface. But let's go to harmonization. We're just going to practice doing harmonization this week, okay? So, for 3-29, 30, and 31, we're going to I'm going to let you take a look through it. And what I want you to do is every time that we get to a new one, pause the video when you're looking through it and look at your right hand melody, sight read through it, and then write the chords in the left hand. Or I guess in this case it's just a single note, whether it's 1 or 5, okay? Alright, so for 3-29, go ahead and take a look at everything, look at what the melody is doing, and then write in tonic or dominant. So go ahead and pause that right now and do it. Okay, so you've started the video now, so I'm going to play through, and I want you to play hands together with me. If you ever feel like you get into it and it's a little bit shaky, you can always pause it and rework on it again until it's right with me. But let's go ahead. So we're in E minor, so watch out for that F sharp. Okay? Alright, we're going to take off. 1, 2, 3, and awesome. Okay, alright. If you would like to try the transposition, we won't go over it right now. We'll be spending a lot more time as we go through the semester on that. But what you would just do is just basically remember what the key signature of F minor is. Shift your hand a whole, or in this case a half step actually, up to that. And then this is your new tonic. That's your new dominant. Okay? And you're just going to follow the outline of the melody, steps and skips and all that. But that's something you can do on your own. Let's go to 3-30 now, okay? So pause this, practice right hand, write in 1 and 5 for the left hand and whatnot. So go ahead and do that now, and then hit play whenever you're ready to go. Okay, alright, so if you're ready, remember your E flat, B flat, and A flat, which actually we're only going to have an E flat in this, so, and then play with me as well as you can, just to mainly check that you've got the right note in your bass, okay? So, 1, and 2, and ready, and go, and. So the only measures which you should have had 5 in, we measure 3 and then measure 7 as well. Okay? So that's because we got the D, the F, G that we would look for in a 5 chord. Okay? The rest of the time we mainly just have some outline of this. Okay? If you wanted to get fancy and look at like measure 1 or measure 5, you could switch and do 5. If you wanted to get a little fancy with it, but you don't have to, okay? So for the transposition, you would just shift it up a half step, and we have all white notes for that, so like that, and then you would keep going from there, okay? 3-31, same thing. Go ahead and pause the video now to write in all of your left hand notes, tonic and dominant, and read through the right hand. So go ahead and pause. Okay, now you've hit play. I assume that you're ready to go. So we're going to set our hands right here. We're going to take off. So we're in 3-8. Remember your B flats. 1. Ready, go. Okay, so 3 and 7 are the only measures where you should have had a 5. You know, as we go along, this will get a little bit more complicated. So if you want to do something like that and add some specific beats in, if you're feeling a little bit bored, feel free to do that. Okay, so in the very next video, we're going to talk about a long-term assignment.